when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome into this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night. We come to you live tonight from Lookout Field for the regular season finale between the Pocatello Thunder and the Century Diamondbacks. Gate City Game Night is presented by Lookout Credit Union, also by Valley Office Systems and Portneuf Medical, along with our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Hopefully all you fans signed on early tonight because, well, we kicked off early. Here we are, 3 minutes before 7 o'clock, ready to go 1st and 10 for the Pocatello Thunder from their own 36-yard line. They will start with a sweep to Echo Hawk off the left side. Picks up 3 out to the 40. All right, Brandon Baney alongside Sean Kane. Pocatello comes in with a 3-4 record on the season. Talked to head coach Dave Spillett before the game tonight. He said the keys to the game for Pocatello were going to be to get off the field defensively on 3rd and 4th downs, and on offense, avoid turnovers and finish drives. That's been a problem for the Thunder the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we've seen that over the last couple weeks, Brandon, where Pocatello is able to drive down and just not come away with any points. And, as they get at the end of the season here, they're going to look to remedy that.
So it is 2nd down and 6 for Pocatello. Hunter May rolling out left side. Now will take off and run and will be a yard shy of the 1st down. 3rd and short upcoming. Conversely, Century 1-6 on the season. They started 0-6, but they're 1-0 where it counts in conference play. They beat Preston 2 weeks ago, 33-13. Enjoyed the bye last week. Spoke to head coach Ryan Fleischman before the game tonight for Century. He said the keys to the game were to be aggressive on offense and not less aggressive on defense, but don't overplay. Play assignment football defensively.
Yeah, and talking to the Century coaching staff, it's pretty simple. There's some guys on Pokey they got to stop, Echo Hawk, May, and the great wide receivers defensively. And offensively, they just want to be on the field and keep Pocatello's offense off the field. is kind of the key, and that's what they were able to do against Preston. Is they kept the Preston offense off the field.
A high snap on 3rd and inches for Pocatello. Reichen Echohawk is able to get the handoff and pick up the first down out to the Century 48, and then a penalty flag came in from the back judge. It'll be a face mask penalty against Century defensively as well. Tack on 5 yards to the end of the run. It'll be 1st and 10 for Pocatello now. Ball at the Century 44. So Pokey 3-4, Century 1-6, but they're both 1-0 in conference, which means Century with a win tonight, even though it'd only be their second win of the year, they'd be the district champs. They'd be headed to the state playoffs. Pocatello would probably get in as an at-large team at that point. Of course, if Pocatello wins tonight, they're the district champs, but Century has no at-large shot. It's all riding on this game for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, it's Gate City game night, win or go home, right, for Century, and Pocatello's got a good chance of making it either way.
Echo Hawk bouncing way outside that time. We'll take it to the 34, and another penalty flag comes in at the end of the play. We'll see what the call is here.
Chased out of bounds by number 7, Blake Phelan.
Opening drive of the game here for Pocatello's offense with 9:41 to play in the opening quarter. No score yet. You're on Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Personal foul against Pocatello. Helmet-to-helmet contact. Must have been on one of the blockers downfield, so that will move it backwards.
And we saw that a couple times for Pocatello versus Shelley a couple weeks ago. Pocatello would get down, but just some penalties would kind of stop their drive short. So definitely something Dave Spillett and the Pocatello Thunder are going to need to clean up as they move forward in the season, or towards the end of the season to postseason. It's the end of the season.
Yeah, here we are, week 9, the final week of regular season competition. And again, Pocatello will be in the playoffs next week. The question is, will they be the district champs with a home game here potentially at Lookout Field, or will it be as an at-large team having to go somewhere on the road? And of course, for Century, we outlined for them they have to win this game tonight to get into the postseason. So it's now 1st and 15. Coach Spillett says they're 2 of our best 11 players on offense, so it only makes sense to try and have them out there together as much as possible. Hunter May with Echo Hawk on his left hip now on 2nd down and 8. 7:50 to play first quarter. First pass of the night is complete to Crew Hales at the 35-yard line, a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Upcoming on the tackle for Century that time was Jake Rawlings.
Yeah, Jake Rawlings is a great defensive player for Century. It's a name. His older brother was a quarterback a few years ago, so Rawlings, a lot of Rawlings and baseball players as well. He was the head baseball coach, his dad, Dwayne Rawlings, for Century. Yeah, a lot of Rawlings out there.
That's what I was just going to say, Coach Rawlings.
Coach, yeah.
What I think of immediately when I hear Rawlings and Century. 3rd and 1 now for the Thunder. Diamondbacks trying to get a stop here, although you'd think Pocatello would go for it on 4th down. 7:05 to play, opening quarter, opening drive. Echo Hawk plunging ahead for a gain of 4 and a first down.
The carry, tackled by the whole defensive line. Ladies and gentlemen,
and you got to think,
Thunder.
Century's defensive line versus Pocatello Thunder's offensive line is going to be kind of a key matchup all night. Can you get some pressure in and try to tackle Echo Hawk? It's been hard for almost every team this year, so it'll be a matchup to watch.
So 1st and 10 now for Pocatello. May out of the shotgun here. Will give off to Reichen Echo Hawk. And he will pick up a couple on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 now.
2nd and 6.
So 6:24 left to go in the first quarter. Pocatello's driving. Got a 2nd and about 6 yards. Hunter May in the shotgun. Gives to Echo Hawk for a couple. Nice tackle for Century's Charlie Horrocks, number 83.
3rd down.
So 3rd down for the Thunder.
About 3rd and 5, pick about a yard.
And kind of one of the keys, right? Can Century get some stops on 3rd down? But you'd have to think here in Thunder territory they're probably going to go for on a fourth. Hunter May in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers closest to your screen. He's going to roll right. And he's going to just dropped by Crew Hales on the sideline, bobble it a little bit.
Pass intended for Crew Hales, incomplete.
So 4th down for the Thunder. Would imagine at this point they're going to go for it.
4th down.
4th and about 5. 5:24 to go on Gate City game night. First quarter action, district championship action, Pocatello Century. And this is where the Thunder had a little trouble a couple weeks ago against Shelley. They couldn't quite convert some of these 4th downs, and it came back to bite them in a 1-point game. So Hunter May, shotgun. Echo Hawk right with him on his hip. Deep shot to Crew Hales to the end zone. And he's going to get it for a touchdown.
Crew Hales, touchdown Thunder.
Touchdown Thunder. Crew Hales with an acrobatic catch in the corner.
Look out, ladies and gentlemen. The Hunter May to Crew Hales connection is coming through.
And the last time the Thunder played, Crew Hales was not playing, so that's a huge pickup for him. So Pocatello is going to go for the extra point. And it's good. So 5:18 left to go in the first quarter. Thunder 7, Century 0. Take a quick break and be right back.
Welcome back to Lookout Field in Pocatello. It's Gate City game night. Brandon Bainey alongside Sean Kane, and Pocatello strikes first. 7-0. Sean, take us through the play.
You had a fourth down and about 5. Hunter May in the shotgun rolls out, finds Crew Hales for a 32-yard touchdown right on the right-hand corner. Almost went out of bounds, made a nice acrobatic catch, and the Thunder up 7-0 after the extra point.
So now it will be the Thunder kicking off tonight for the first time tonight.
Kind of a squid kick. Picked up by number 7, Blake Phelan.
And now we get to see the Diamondbacks on offense for the first time tonight. This is a offensive unit that pretty much started from scratch, right?
Yeah, it's a rebuild for sure. You've got David Satter in quarterback, and he's a running. He can throw the ball, but he's a really good runner. He's kind of quick and shifty.
So 1st and 10 here for the Diamondbacks on offense, and a penalty flag comes out before we can even start.
It's going to be a false start on Century.
False start against
CJ Lopez moved a little early.
And I noticed last year, Boston Fitch was a pretty good running back, and he's now on the offensive line. That's just a guy stepping up, doing what needs to be done.
Yeah, he's had a couple injuries. I believe he's in a cast.
Oh, well, he's listed as an offensive lineman on the roster, so. 1st and 15 now. And a gain of about 3 on the carry here. Nice running that time for Century.
Horton on the carry, tackled by number 9, Devin Rodriguez. Pick about
That's
4 to 5
Caden
yards,
Horton.
2nd down.
Caden Horton on the carry.
Caden Horton. He's got a nice red-headed mullet. If you get to see him in person.
That sounds pretty nice. Second and 10. Running play again, and right into the teeth of that Pocatello defense. It'll be third down and about 7.
Kind of a delayed handoff there. Didn't quite sure if he was going to give it up or not. And it'll be interesting to see if Century, is in a position to kick a field goal or something tonight, because their actual kickers at state soccer are not here. So they have a different kicker tonight, and that's Richie Bull is kicking. He's been practicing all week, but Cy Willis is up at state soccer, their normal kicker.
Could be interesting. He had a big field goal on that win over Preston 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know how the Preston guy didn't block it.
Pass intended for Tristan Burrows, broken up by Cruels.
So there we saw the first pass attempt of the night. Satter was trying to go to Tristan Burrows, who had a really good summer. Went to a couple camps, impressed some people on, I call it the summer circuit. And definitely the number 1 receiving option for the Diamondbacks. Fourth down, Diamondbacks will punt. Pretty good one off the foot of Bentley Gunter. Fair catch called for by Echo Hawk at his own 25, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Pocatello.
So, update on girls soccer.
Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com is brought to you in part by Valley Office Systems. Valley Office Systems in Rico are your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because they're a service company above all else. Valley Office Systems in Rico want to wish all the Gate City teams best of luck. First and 10. Echo Hawk on the carry. Will pick up 8. 2nd and 2.
Pick up about 8 yards, 2nd down.
And that's Pocatello's bread and butter. Give the ball to Echo Hawk and get out of the way. And if they get that going, it's going to be a tough night in the trenches for the Century defensive line.
So 2nd and 2 for the Thunder. We're down to 3 minutes to play, opening quarter of action, and a 7-0 Pocatello lead. Slant route thrown too far ahead and through the fingertips of the Diamondback defensive back. That drops incomplete.
Incomplete, it's 3rd down.
No number 6 on the roster, so not sure who that was. Sean, you're going to have to go ask one of your Century insiders.
I'm on it. We're going to the stats, the booth.
Incomplete pass, nearly a pick by Century. Hunter May will take it and say, let's live to fight again here on 3rd and 2 from his own 33. 2:55 to play in the opening quarter of action. Beckles, he didn't get there. Century defense holding strong. Initial surge that time was by Blake Phelan up front. Gain of about a half a yard, and it's still 4th and 2 for Pocatello, and now they'll punt. That's a big stop for the Diamondback defense.
Yeah, nice job in the secondary, almost an interception, and then the defensive line coming through and stopping Beckles is no easy task.
Garrett Keller to punt.
Fourth and 2. Punt is off. It's muffed and recovered by the Thunder. The Century return man was bumped by his own teammate. Loose ball recovered by Devin Johnson.
And Devin Johnson knows how to find the ball, that's for sure.
Oh, and now a penalty flag came out. Maybe they will get kick-catch interference here. I mean, it looked like, it was Diamondback on Diamondback crime there. Well, they're going to sort it out here. We'll see what the call is. This will be interesting.
Yeah, there was definitely a bump. Like you said, it did look like 2 white jerseys, but we'll see.
Return interference on the Thunder.
And it is kick catch interference on the Thunder. So Century avoids disaster on special teams, and they'll get the ball in pretty good field position to start here. It'll be 1st and 10 for Century with the ball at the Pocatello 48-yard line. So the Diamondbacks are able to avoid catastrophe, and now it'll be 1st and 10 here for Century. David Satter, senior quarterback for this Century team. They've used 2 different guys at quarterback this year, but Satter's really settled in, and he's kind of like Hunter May, kind of a dual-threat quarterback for this Diamondbacks team. 1st and 10. They will sling it short. That is caught for a first down and a gain of 10 to Richie Bull.
Yeah, the other quarterback is Deacon Crabtree. They couldn't be more different. David Satter's short and Crabtree's very tall. Like David and Goliath on size-wise there.
You know, and I thought Richie Bull had enough for the first down there. They mark him a yard shy, so it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Diamondbacks with the ball at the Pocatello 39-yard line. 1:58 to play here in the opening quarter of action. Man in motion. They will give up the middle for the first down to the 34-yard line of Pocatello. Churning the legs and moving the sticks that time is Caden Horton.
And Caden Horton, he's just kind of that typical running back. He gets low, kind of a bulky dude. He's also not a bad basketball player either. For the Century Diamondbacks as well. But we don't want to start talking about basketball just yet. Brandon might lose it.
1st and 10. Up to the 35-yard line.
Tackle. Gain of none, maybe a couple inches.
So 1:09 left to go in the opening quarter. Pocatello 7, Century 0, but Century driving here. 2nd and 10. Nothing on that last play. Satter in the shotgun. He's going to give it to Horton. Caden Horton's going to try to bounce outside, but nothing there. Maybe 2 or 3 yards on the running play.
Caden Horton with the carry, tackle by number 12, Maddox Moore. Pick him up 3 yards. It's 3rd down.
So 3rd down, 3 yards on that carry by Caden Horton. Kind of a big 3rd down for the Century Diamondbacks. But I believe in this area they're probably going to go for it on 4th, but we'll see. Satter in the shotgun, 3 receivers close to you on the screen.
That's the end of the quarter. After the end
and
of
that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
0. Your Pocatello Thunder 7.
So at the end of 1, Pocatello 7, Century 0. Century's driving. Take a quick break and bring you the second quarter action.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night. here at Lookout Credit Union Field on the campus of Hawthorne Junior High. I'm Sean Kane. I'm joined with Brandon Bainey. Joel Richards is on the camera right now. And we've got a third down for the Century Diamondbacks. 3rd and 7. Satter in the shotgun. Pitch out to Horton. Or excuse me. To Bentley Gunter.
Gunter on the carry, tackle by 31, Jonah Brenner. It's 4th down.
And actually might have lost a yard right there as they move the stick back. So 4th down for the Diamondbacks. They're going to go for it. 4th and 7. Just the start of the second quarter here. 30 seconds gone. Thunder ahead 7-0. Satter in the shotgun. 3 receivers wide out. No one there, and intercepted.
Garrett Keller on the interception. Pocatello ball.
Interception for Pocatello's Garrett Keller, almost kind of like a punt pass. No one was in the vicinity for Century for that.
It's the Pokey way, ladies and gentlemen.
But it was
We like
4th
to go
down,
full
so
on the field.
regardless, interception, Pocatello Thunder's ball. 11:06 to go in the second quarter. Pocatello on the 10-yard line, Hunter Main, shotgun. He's going to roll right. He's going to keep it. He's going to run. Kind of gets tripped over his own guy.
Hunter May on the carry, tripped up by number 35, Caden Scott. Pickup of 3 yards, 2 to 3 yards. 2nd down.
So 2nd and 7, 3 yards on the carry by May. And the Century defense has done a pretty good job containing the running of Pocatello to start the game. We'll see Hunter May in shotgun again. 3 receivers closest to you. It's going to be a give to Echo Hawk up the middle. Echo Hawk's going to have about...
Echo Hawk on the carry, tackled by number 56, Jackson Geslin. Pick him up a couple yards. It's 3rd down.
2 yards for Echo Hawk on that run, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Thunder. $9:47 to go in the second quarter action. So here we go. Hunter May, shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Almost sacked. Hunter May is going to try to get away. Now he's going to reverse the field. He's got a man wide open. Oh, off the fingertips of Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk tried to grab it, and then Alex Wynn comes away with it.
Number 4, Alex Wynn on the reception.
So a little tip by Echo Hawk to Wynn for the 1st down.
We have some conferencing going on the field.
And
marker down around
we've got a flag down, and
16, 17-yard line.
And sometimes when the quarterback reverses the field like that, you get sometimes a holding call. Oh, ineligible.
Holding against Pocatello.
So
that's a 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty. Wipe that catch away. And that's going to bring it back.
It'll be 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15 for the Thunder. So a play that kind of did not work out. Almost went for a big yardage, but just the penalty, it's going to bring the Thunder back. 3rd and 15, 8:56 to go in the second quarter. Gate City game night. Hunter May in the shotgun. He's going to roll left and go back. He drops the ball. Fumbled, but he falls back on it. It's almost like he threw it down.
Hunter May,
So almost disaster
down. Pocatello will punt.
for the Thunder. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Thunder, 4th and 16. And the Thunder are going to have to punt out of their own end zone.
For Century. Garrett Keller to punt for Pocatello.
Garrett Keller back to punt for the Thunder. Punts up. Fair catch called.
Fair catch called. Century will start.
Caden Horton on the fair catch, and Century's going to get the ball on the 35-yard line. So good field position for Century. Nice defensive stand. But Pocatello, a couple penalties has really kind of affected their drives here to start the game. So first down Century, 7:52 left to go, second quarter. Pocatello chose to receive the ball first, so Century will get the ball back after halftime. So if Century could get some points here, you're right back in this game. Satter in the shotgun, Horton on his hip. Nice run, about 5 yards on the carry.
Caden Horton with the carry, tackle by number 12, Maddox Moore. Pick of about 5.5 yards, second down.
Second down and 5 for the Diamondbacks. Satter in the shotgun. Pass incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Third down.
Little shuffle pass that time.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to roll out and throw a little farther, and a little toss, or what they call in volleyball a dink, I guess, is what I've learned. The dink, where they don't do a full kill, they just dink it. So a little dink there.
The dink. All right, here we go. Third down and 5 for Century. This has been a wild stretch of activity here, Sean, with 7:01 to play before halftime. Century, last time they had the ball down here, threw the pick. They're going to take another home run shot, another underthrown ball, and nearly intercepted again. A penalty flag comes out as well.
Penalty marker on the play.
Both players jostling for position. That was Jonah Bruner on the coverage. Intended receiver was Jake Rawlings, and the question is, it's pass interference, but on who? Could be on Rawlings, right?
Offensive pass interference.
It is.
We're closer to the pokey bench, and they indicated it was, and it looks like, and you're right, it was.
Yeah, that ball was just underthrown a little bit, and so Rawlings had to turn around and break. But you know what? You'll trade that for an interception, right?
Yep, you still have the ball.
You'll take the penalty if it helps you avoid a turnover.
So penalties affecting the last couple drives. The Thunder with a big penalty, and now Century with a big penalty. And
yeah, Pocatello had that wild pass where Echo Hawk and Wynn both went for the ball, and Wynn caught it.
Yeah, Echo Hawk did a little tip. Here you go. And Wynn came up with it.
3rd and 20. They will keep it on the ground with Satter. Satter collides into a wall of Pocatello defenders. First guy in there is Andrew Millward, the senior linebacker, and it's going to be 4th down for Century. Looks like they may punt.
Yeah, and that's you know, in all the games we've watched the Pocatello Thunder, I've been real big on their defense, and their defense is kind of what's carried them, and they're doing a really nice job tonight.
Down. Pocatello's back to return the punt.
So we'll see where this punt gets placed. It'll be off the foot of Gunter. Nice squib punt. Rolls inside the 15, down to the 11. And it looked like, did we figure out who number 6 was for Century, Sean?
I've got no reply yet.
he went for the ball like he was going to down it, and his teammate came and shoved him out of the way. That was, I don't know, interesting.
And the punt was almost blocked. I don't know if it was tipped or not. It was close, but it ended up working out pretty well.
Yeah, it works out all right because it's down to the 11 where it'll be 1st and 10 for Pocatello. 6:03 to play before halftime. 7-0 Thunder lead. So here we are in kind of a low-scoring affair. And the lower the score is, the more Century likes that. 1st and 10, May feeling the heat. Backside pressure on the run, throws and completes to Alex Wynn. Out to the 12-yard line. What a throw on the run by May.
And I think that's where May hits his stride, for lack of better words, right? When he gets rolling out or when he's moving, he can make those throws.
So it'll be 2nd down and 5 now for Pocatello with 5:55. Boy, all fives. 5:55 to play here before halftime. And again, the winner of this contest wins District 5 in the 4A classification. And the automatic bid to the playoffs that comes with it, and a home playoff game. 2nd and 5. Echo Hawk. Tough sledding inside. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. That Century defensive line tonight has been very impressive, Sean.
Yeah, and, you know, in talking to some of the coaches, you know, that it's a young group up front, but they're up to the task, and they've been able to bottle up, you know, some tough runners, and as far as Echo Hawk and Beckles for the Thunder. I think, you know, Century was willing to give up the middle. They just wanted to keep Echo Hawk off the edge. As we all know, if Echo Hawk gets that edge, it's good night. Hunter May
completes that pass out to the 26-yard line for a 1st down.
With the reception.
A little confusion there. There was only two in coverage, but 3 Pocatello wide receivers, so someone was definitely open.
The math just doesn't figure out there. Parker Smith on the catch, number 21 for Pocatello there to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Thunder now at their own 27-yard line. We're down to 4:45 to play here before halftime. Pocatello would love to run this clock down as much as they could. And, of course, they're still a ways away. But, man, if you could take that clock all the way down and get a touchdown right before the half. Echo Hawk on the carry, carrying defenders out to the 41 for a 1st down. Again, that's number 6 hanging on for dear life.
On the carry,
on the tackle.
Number 6, he's not listed. Well, that's another Thunder.
So 1st and 10 again here for the Pocatello Thunder. May slings it, caught at the 45 by Carson Christensen. Short little curl route, picks up 4.
With the reception, knocked out of bounds by number 6. It's 2nd down. Pick up 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. Pocatello Thunder.
So 2nd and 6 for Pokey. 3:45 to play here before halftime. Handoff up the middle, Riken Echo Hawk to the 50 where it'll be 3rd and 1.
Echo Hawk on the carry, tackled by number 56.
As a reminder, halftime show coming up in approximately 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Colby Valentine is number 6 for Century. Good to know. All right. Sean doing that investigative work.
He's going to make every play, right, until we
identify who it is, right? Well, we're closer to Halloween than Valentine's Day, but penalty flags come out. False start on Pocatello. So coming up at halftime, we're going to have an interview. We're here at the beautiful Lookout Field, right? So we're going to have a member of the Lookout Credit Union team stop by just to talk about, what went into getting this put together and what they've done for the community. And Lookout Credit Union, there's one right down the street here from Lookout Field. Drove right past it on the way to the stadium tonight. We'll also take a look at the some of the halftime stats. We'll look at the Friday Night Flash as well, our live and real-time scoreboard that former intern Keller updates for us.
And Pocatello looking to make a deposit right now before halftime.
Oh, you've been waiting to say that all night. Dumped off in the flat. Riken Echohawk stayed in bounds and ends up picking up the first down because of it. Out to the 45-yard line of the Diamondbacks. Making the tackle for Century that time was Jackson Geslin. So Geslin on the stop, but not before Echohawk picks up the first down.
All right, we have our winner for our punt, pass, and kick. Get your orange tickets out.
And Echohawk's got to be the best, one of the best players in the state where you think he's going to go out of bounds, and he doesn't. It always looks like, he's going to go out of bounds, and he just tight ropes that line and gets a few more extra yards.
He is slippery. 1:55 to play before halftime.
Alex
Pass is complete to Alex Wynn down to the 36. Second down and 2 now for the Thunder. And really at this point, we're looking more at the clock. We're down to 1:40 and counting here before halftime. 2nd and 2 for Pocatello. Ball at the Century 37-yard line. Empty set. They'll quick pitch it to Echohawk up the middle to the 32, and then he's shoved back. We'll see where they put the forward progress. Either way, it'll be enough for a first down, and it will stop the clock at 1:26.
That was that pass is what Aaron Rodgers does a lot. Your favorite player, Brandon.
It's like that chest pass in basketball, a little two-handed chest pass action. Aaron Rodgers hasn't been completing much of anything lately. So.
Inadvertent hand foul on the field.
1st and 10 for Pocatello, 1:20 and counting before halftime. Ball at the Century 31, up 7-0. May going for the long ball. In and out of the hands of Crew Hales, incomplete. Trying to go up top to Hales that time, and that'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
And you know the Thunder, they love to go for that deep, that just kind of one uppercut punch shot to the end zone, and almost there.
The punt, pass, and kick winner is 590-034. Meet Mr. Parker at the athletic trainer table around midfield here on the track.
So the clock does stop with 1:11 to play before halftime on the incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Pocatello at the 31-yard line. Draw play for Echohawk. Gets a block to the 25. And they're going to get Century for the horse collar at the 20, even though Echohawk didn't go down. Echohawk finally takes it to the 15.
On the carry, it took half the state to take him down.
How good is Riken Echohawk? Century went for the horse collar, and it still didn't stop him.
There's not much that stops him. I mean, once he gets going, and he has the ability to, even when someone's starting to tackle him, get out of it, sidestep, spin, turbo button, full use.
Yeah. L2R2. So they call it a personal foul, face mask. Either way, look,
Face mask, it'll be 1st and goal.
Echohawk ran through it, and now because of that, they'll tack on the yardage half the distance to the goal. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 7 now for the Thunder offensively. 50 seconds to go before halftime, and Beckles is in the backfield with Hunter May. With Pokey up 7-0, they will fake to Beckles, keep with May. May on his feet will be brought down at the 4. Boy, I thought for a minute he had enough to continue powering his way into the end zone, but he's brought down shy. And Pocatello will take the timeout here with 35 seconds to play before the half. Tonight's game on IdahoSports.com, brought to you in part by Valley Office Systems.
For the hunger in your tummy.
Valley Office Systems and Rico are your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because they are a service company above all else. Valley Office Systems and Rico want to wish all the Gate City teams best of luck. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 3 here for Pocatello. They still have 2 timeouts remaining. So you've got options. You can run the ball here if you want. This is an important possession here. Century does get the ball to start the second half as well, Sean.
Yeah, but if you're Century, if you can get a stop here and then get the ball back, that's a huge momentum shift.
2nd and goal for the Thunder.
And as we've seen all season, if Thunder gets a lead, they're just a hard team to come back on.
2nd and goal from the 3. Handoff to Echo Hawk. He didn't get there. What a job by Century defensively. And the guy that busted through was Spencer Payne. So Spencer Payne single-handedly brings down Echo Hawk in the backfield. They'll get him right back to the line of scrimmage. But it's now 3rd and goal. Actually, he did lose a yard, yeah. So back to the 4. 3rd and goal from the 4 with 26 seconds to play before halftime. Pokey spends another timeout. What a play there by Spencer Payne.
Yeah, great. Just great defense. He got that initial, got through and just missed it, or someone just missed something, and he came through almost clean and was able to get the tackle. And that's the thing. Sometimes you get through and get a chance at Echo Hawk, and sometimes you don't get it. And he was able. Spencer Payne was able to wrap him up and even get a yard loss. But still 2 downs for the Thunder here.
Certainly 2 down territory, like you said, Sean, with 26 seconds to go before halftime. This is Echo Hawk again, tripped up.
Parker is tackled in the backfield.
Jackson Gesslin on the tackle that time. It's now 4th and goal. Pocatello's going to run the clock down to probably 2 seconds and try and draw something up here on 4th and goal from the 5. But what a stand by the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, just nice defense, able to get the pressure. And I'm surprised the Thunder didn't bring in Beckles there, maybe have that 2-back set, and because that's Beckles territory sometimes when it's really close to the goal line. But like you said, there's the timeout. Now it'll be interesting to see if the Thunder, kick a field goal or go for it. I'm thinking back to that Shelley game. They had an opportunity to kick a field goal and they went for it and it didn't turn out. So kind of a big decision, I think, for the Thunder right here. To either go for the touchdown or kick a field goal.
Our cameraman, Joel Richardson, is looking on eagerly. It does look like it's going to be maybe a field goal try here for Garrett Keller. This will be a 22-yard try. A little bit beyond what an extra point would be here with 2 seconds to play before halftime. But that's a win for Century, right? To hold Pocatello to a field goal when they had 1st and goal from the 7.
Yeah, kind of unthinkable with the power running by the Thunder, but nice job by the Century defense.
And now Century will take a timeout to ice the kicker.
Can't take him with you, right?
That's right. So we talked about Century had pretty much, all new players to the varsity. A lot of these guys played last year, in reserve roles, but a lot of these guys are playing varsity football for the first time. There's a lot of new quasi-old coaches for Century as well, right? They're kind of new to this year's players, but they're guys that have coached for Century back in the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you added up the coaching experience on that sideline, we'd need the Brandon Bainey calculator for the stats. You've got Bruce Givens, who he's doing the defense. He played at ISU, and he hasn't coached football in a long time. He was formerly the softball coach a few years ago. We've got Jay Ferguson, another ISU former football player. He's helping out with the offense. And, Ryan Fleshman, he got on the old rotary phone and called everyone to come in.
Well, and Ryan Fleischman was the head coach for Century in the mid-2000s as well, so he's in his second stint as the Century head coach. Keller, field goal, it is tipped and just sneaks through. Wow. It looked like Century maybe got a fingertip on that or two. It came out kind of wonky, but the field goal is through right before halftime. And so at the halftime break, Pocatello extends the lead. It's 10-0. The Thunder leading Century here in the District 5 championship game. We'll be back with the halftime show right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
When local matters, Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office, copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office, copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
It is halftime here at Lookout Field on Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union, District 5 Championship. And at the half, it is the Thunder of Pocatello on top of Century, 10-0. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey, pleased to be joined now by Andy Whittier, the marketing, you said marketing generalist of Lookout Credit Union, but I'm going to call you the marketing general. How does that sound?
That sounds good to me. Maybe we'll change my name tag to that.
Yeah, there you go. New job title. Obviously, all these Gate City Game Night broadcasts we've done all year long on IdahoSports.com, not just at Pocatello, but Century and Highland as well, presented by Lookout Credit Union, which is so exciting. You guys have really stepped up and done a lot for the community.
Yeah. That's what we're built off of. We don't exist without the community, and we want to do things to give back to the community to show how much we truly care. That's why we did this stadium for Pokey. That's why we're doing the downtown park in Pocatello. It's the community is first and foremost in our mindset, and that's who we really want to show love to.
Yeah, let's talk about this beautiful field here at Pokey High. I was here on the first football game ever. Soccer got to officially break it in, but but that first football game, it was so electric here, and every game since has been so exciting. How did it all come together? It was so awesome that you guys stepped up.
Yeah, so in the beginning, School District 25 had big plans, and they just needed another donor with them, and they approached us. They know we're a big supporter of them. Our heart beats through School District 25 as well, and they're like, hey, Lookout Credit Union, you've done great things for the community. Do you want to be a part of this project? And without hesitation, our board approved this, and here we are a couple months later.
Yeah, this is such a beautiful facility. How cool is it now for Pocatello to have a place they can call their own finally, right?
It's absolutely amazing. Just knowing that these students, these athletes, these coaches, they have a place essentially to call home field for numerous years to come, decades to come, just somewhere to protect your home field. It's amazing for them to have.
Yeah, you guys are big community drivers. You're working on a downtown project as well.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the Lookout Point, it's going to be downtown right across from the Marshall Public Library. It's just another beautiful venue, just something to way for us to give back to the community downtown, really liven up that area and make it beautiful.
Yes, because like Pocatello High, the downtown Pocatello kind of needs that shot in the arm a little bit too, right?
Right, just a little bit. It's really going to take Pocatello just to that next level of where we want to be and where we're going as a community. I don't think we should be afraid of change, and this park is really just bring all the good you have, bring the community out here. This is what we're here for.
Yeah, and again, everyone correlates Lookout with Pocatello because it's the new field and you're doing stuff downtown, which is where Pokie High is located.
Yeah.
But you are supporting the entire community.
Absolutely.
The other schools in School District 25, not even just the high schools, right?
Yeah.
But on down.
From elementary, middle school, high school, we support them all. From any type of club activities, teachers reach out to us. We send a lot of money to them. We are in class with our bonsai presentations where we talk about financial literacy to high schoolers and middle schoolers, make sure they're prepared for their next step in their life journey. Really anything for all the schools at every level we're here for.
Definitely. Well, with a bonsai presentation, you have to be the general now. That's
a little bit.
That just fits, right? All right, Andy Whittier, marketing generalist for Lookout Credit Union. Thank you for everything you do for the community here in Pocatello, and thank you guys as well for stepping up and allowing us to do these Gate City game nights as well. It's been really fun to broadcast all of the Pocatello schools this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great for the community. It gives these kids something, and the parents and who can't make it to the game and grandparents, something to listen to, cheer on their fans from wherever they're at.
Yeah, well, they're in for a treat tonight. It's been a pretty good one. We'll step aside and take another break, and we'll come back and take a look at some of the first half stats as Pocatello leads Century at halftime 10-0. We'll be back with more Gate City Game Night presented by Lookout Credit Union right after this on IdahoSports.com.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's mobile wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
If a pedestrian is hit by a car going 20 miles per hour, there's a 90% chance he will survive. At 30 miles per hour, the likelihood of survival decreases to 60%. And at 40 miles per hour, it goes down to 20%. 10 miles per hour makes all the difference. You're in the driver's seat. You have the power to save lives.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Baney with Joel Richardson now in the booth, and it's time for our halftime punt, pass, and kick competition. IdahoSports.com is sponsoring this. $200 on the line. Joel, you got $200 on you if this young fella delivers?
I don't, but I heard IdahoSports.com does, and they're going to have to deliver here because what a nice first punt.
Oh, my gosh.
By this dude. All the way to the, 44-yard line? Holy smokes.
No, I'm...
Get ready, Brandon.
I'm not feeling very good. We haven't had to pay out yet this year, but could this be the ninth final game of the regular season?
Your next paycheck is going to be a bit lower than usual, right?
Yeah. Robert Parker, the athletic director for Pokie High, running the competition for us. He's going to be standing with a baseball bat after the game tonight. Okay, now he's going to have a chance to throw it. Oh, that's going to be right down near
Holy
the goal
smokes.
line. Oh, he's going to have – it's going to be down at about the 8-yard line. So this will be like a 35-yard field goal try straight on.
I think, let's see, 2-3 weeks ago we had a dude who got it really close as well, but he missed just left on his kick. So I did see him warming up earlier during halftime. That was him hitting against the practice net. So here he goes.
Oh my gosh, he was warming up.
He was warming up.
Oh no,
we're gonna have to tell the boss about this one.
Oh,
was this allowed? Was warming up allowed?
I'm calling foul on that. Oh, no. All right, here we go. This is going to be a 35-yard field goal try approximately. Actually, a 20.
17, right?
Yeah, 17 plus 8.
Down from Bridger.
25.
25, yeah, you're good. Trust the Brandon Baney calculator.
I wish it was a 35-yard field goal. He nailed it!
Congratulations, Bridger Blanchard.
$200. Oh, man. That kid's a legend. Yeah, Sean, let's get him in that student section. Wow.
I'd like to thank IdahoSports.com for
he nailed it.
What a kick by the kid. Yeah, he was warming up. He didn't just barely make that. He nailed that kick right through the uprights, had plenty of space, had plenty of clearance. Really good kick, but $200. The final game of the season for this, right? Are we gonna do this during the playoffs?
Yeah, it depends on. There'll be at least one playoff game, right?
Okay.
Winner of this gets a home playoff game, and then Highland's gonna have So we did this at every school this year, so yeah, probably continue it in the playoffs.
All right,
Why not?
All right. Well, good for that kid. $200 towards college, right?
Sure. Hey, it might be pizzas for that student section
totally.
too, right?
And they've been doing work down there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great home venue, of course, for Pocatello now, the beautiful Lookout Field. And the Thunder are up 10-0 at halftime, Joel, as we kind of break down what happened in that first half of action. Pocatello got the touchdown. They got the field goal right before halftime, but this has been a pretty tight first half.
Yeah, it has been. A lot of people are thinking, "Ooh, this may be a blowout." Just the way Pocatello season's gone, Century season's gone, but Century, we've been hearing they've been practicing every week, practicing hard, working hard, staying positive, and creating a culture. They've created a positive culture, and it's showing here tonight. They've been playing good defense and keeping Pocatello's offense, especially their running game, from going crazy. But still. Pocatello's running backs doing good work. Echo Hawks got 14 carries, 67 yards. Hunter May, he's had a few runs, but in terms of passing, he's 7 for 11, 74 yards and a touchdown pass, and that was to Crew Hales, that one touchdown pass. Crew Hales has 2 receptions, 39 yards, and a touchdown. So in terms of total rush yards, we got about 90 for Pocatello tonight.
Welcome your Diamondbacks to the field.
And so now as we take a look at what lies ahead in the second half, what does Century have to do to get on the scoreboard, to get back in this? They do get the ball to start the third quarter.
So Pocatello wanted to get a score there. Touchdown was better than a field goal, but they got the field goal, so they got the score. So now they're up 10-0, but what Century wants to do is get a score here. What they want to score on this first possession, on this first drive, to stay within this ball game. And they started doing some of the RPO there in the second quarter, I believe, and they had some success there. But unfortunately, I think they need to get that pass game going to really have success moving on here in the second half.
So here comes Pocatello, about ready to bust through the sign. What does that say?
Bring on the Thunder!
Thunder down. Downtown?
Yeah, something downtown anyways. That sign downtown now. Down on the ground.
Sign down.
So the Thunder are back out. So we take a look at what else is going on tonight around the state of Idaho. There are, I will tell you, in terms of the 4A playoffs, Joel, there are a lot of teams fighting for at-large bids that are cheering for Pocatello tonight, because Century, with a loss, isn't making the playoffs. Not strong enough at-large resume.
Right.
But a win gets them the auto bid. It's almost like during March Madness, where a bid gets stolen by underdog team from a conference, right?
Right. From a secondary conference or whatever. So, yeah, everyone cheering for Pocatello. Some of those at-large, some of those teams that need those at-large bids, cheering for Pocatello to get this victory so Century doesn't take that at-large bid from them. And that allowed a few of those other teams to get in the playoffs that, in their opinion, think they deserve it more. But Century's going to have something to say about that here in the second half. We'll see what they can do.
So while the teams warm up and get ready, we'll step aside and take another break. It's Gate City Game Night presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night, IdahoSports.com. Brandon Baney with Joel Richardson. Sean Kane still with us. He didn't get fired or anything for that rotary phone comment he made right before halftime. And he's just on camera for this second half.
Back to receive for Century.
And Century will get the ball first to start our third quarter of play. Diamondbacks down 10-0. It's a squib kick falling on right at the 32-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Diamondbacks.
Spencer Payne return the kick.
So here we go. It's Century who moved the ball well at times in the
First and 10 from the 28.
First half weren't able to see any of those drives come to fruition in terms of points.
Yeah, either got themselves stuck in long situation plays due to penalties or tackles for loss. But yeah, they were driving a few times.
They will start with a pitch to the outside, a great run out to the 40 and across the 42-yard line. That's a great run to start on first down by Bentley Gunter, and it'll be a first down for Century.
Yeah, nice blocking on the outside by that the receiver.
First down, Century.
Can't tell who that was, but it was a good block on the outside to spring him open, get that hole going, and get the run going.
Oh, man, Joel, if you can't see the numbers on these Century jerseys, there may be no hope. These are about as clean. The white jersey with the purple numeral, that's a broadcaster's best friend right there. Easy. I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, it's fine, right? I think you went out.
First and 10, screen pass dropped, and now the play blown dead. They were trying to sling it in the flat that time to C.J. Lopez, the senior. Lopez dropped it, second and 10. Satter, ball is out and recovered by the Thunder.
Recovered by the Thunder.
A handoff that never got there, and Berto Reed recovers for the Thunder.
Yeah, disaster there for them. They had some, I guess, some movement in the backfield, but that movement confused their own quarterback. He handed off to the wrong guy. Wrong guy wasn't ready. Fumble. Pocatello recovers with good field position.
So Century, we talked about in the first half, nearly had a muffed punt, but catch interference called on Pocatello. This time, they can't avoid the turnover. It's actually their second turnover of the night. They had that interception down near the goal line. So first down, Echo Hawk on the carry, still going. Will take it to the 24 for a first down.
You know, it's interesting watching Riken as the cameraman. You just expect him to keep running, so you keep the camera kind of moving. And sure enough, Riken is really good at making that second, third effort, and even when he gets tackled, to continue moving his feet.
First and 10, Hunter May, low throw. They'll rule it incomplete. Kind of came out of his arm funky there, and it'll be second and 10.
Yeah, fell right to the field, kind of similar to that Century throw earlier in the first half. Kind of threw it and just kind of fell right out of his hand.
So second and 10 now for Pocatello. Ball is at the Century 24-yard line. 11:20 to play here in the third. A 10-0 Thunder lead, trying to win the District 5 championship. The winner of this wins the district, gets a home playoff game next week. Second and 10. Hard count. Century nearly jumps. May slings over the middle. That is caught for a Pocatello first down. That's Parker Applington with the reception.
Nice short post, almost underneath, just for that nice first down throw. And hey, good throw by Hunter May. Some of his throws have been a bit off tonight, but that was a good throw on that short post.
Down to the 13, a gain of 11. First and 10 for Pocatello now. Yeah, it looked like maybe that was supposed to be a slant route by Applington, but he recognized the defender was sitting there, so he kind of like turned it into a quasi-hook route, and Hunter May recognizes and completes. And so first and 10 now for Pocatello at the 13. They're knocking at the door following that fumble recovery by Berto Reed. May play action, rolling out on the run, and again throws short. Parker Smith, the intended receiver. It'll be second and 10.
Parker Smith was the intended receiver. Pass incomplete, second down.
I think Parker Smith was a bit open there, but that would have been a tight window, so probably smart if he meant to throw it to the feet and live for the next down.
10:41 to play here in the third on a chilly night. You know, it finally feels like, October football. We've been pretty spoiled with the weather.
No, we have been. This has been an abnormal fall for Southeast Idaho, right? We've had 70-degree days since September. But finally, cooling off, and we're going to get some rain, maybe snow tomorrow.
I was scrambling to rake my yard like a madman earlier today. Pitch is inside. Inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line is Cutter Stuckey. So Stuckey with a nice little end-around play, so to speak. He didn't quite go all the way outside. He cut it up, and it'll be first and goal for Pocatello at the 3.
Yeah, it was almost like a little reverse, right? Hunter May started taking off one way, kind of pitched it the other way. And but yeah, came inside instead of going all the way around. Nice play by Pocatello, and man, they're knocking really close to getting that score.
First and goal, Pocatello.
Thunder knocking at the door, and so we've talked about the weather a little bit. The big question as we get to the playoffs is when will Holt Arena here in Pocatello start to be utilized? Not a single high school game has been played in Holt Arena this year, but there will be plenty during the postseason as teams want to get inside when the weather gets cold. Hand off to Echo Hawk, looking for the edge. Will be brought down right at the line of scrimmage, close to a horse collar, but a good tackle made by Colby Valentine. No, actually, check that. That was Charlie Horrocks on the tackle.
It was a nice tackle. Whoever it was, that was a nice tackle by Charlie to get him. Yeah, like you said, almost a horse collar, but was able to get almost like his shoulder pad or his shoulder sleeve and bring him down. So good tackle to save a tackle-saving touchdown.
And even lost a yard, so second and goal from the 4 now. I knew immediately when I said Colby Valentine that wasn't correct because that was the big mystery of the first half. Who was number 6 for Century? Right. Nobody could figure it out, and then we heard it was Colby Valentine. So
not even the PA guy knew.
That's right. Second and goal from the 4. Echo Hawk to the outside to the end zone. Touchdown, Pocatello.
Nice cut outside by Reich, and he does that so well. Makes that one cut move outside, space for a touchdown. Great run by Reich and Echo Hawk.
9:48 to play in the third, and Pocatello takes the turnover and turns it into points, which is exactly what head coach Dave Spillett wants to see. And now Garrett Keller, who made that field goal right before halftime, will come out for the point after try.
That's like you said. That's what you want to see generally. You want those points off of turnovers. You kind of award the defense, if you will, when you score off of those.
9:48 to play in the third. Kick is through.
Garrett Keller for the point after.
17-0. Pocatello leading here on Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Tonight's game also brought to you by Valley Office Systems in Rico, your local hometown office solutions team, delivering the level of service that you expect because they're a service company above all else. Valley Office Systems in Rico want to wish all the Gate City teams best of luck. Let's take a look at our Friday night flash real quick, Joel. See what else is going on statewide tonight in the 4A football ranks. And as we talked about, there's a lot of teams that are hoping for at-large bids that are pleased to see Pocatello up 17-0 because if Century wins, of course, they steal a bit from someone else. Blackfoot, a 12-0 lead over Bonneville in the second quarter. Burley all over Canyon Ridge, 32-12. Idaho Falls leads Hillcrest 18-8. You know, the Tigers are playing for their playoff lives. Idaho Falls with a win is probably in. With a loss, they could still get in, but they're relying on other teams to lose, and you never want that. Emmett leading Ridgeview 29-10. Skyline over Shelley 14-7 at halftime. That game on IdahoSports.com as well. That will decide the District 6 title up there. And how about this? Skyview fighting for their playoff lives, needing a win to get in. They only trail Bishop Kelly 14-7 at halftime.
That's really impressive. And surprising, the one before, Shelley Skyline. You guys said in the podcast, Shelley can be really good or Shelley can be questionable. And so far, it sounds like they're playing well. And, yeah, Sandview against Bishop Kelly. Nice work up there.
Yeah, Skyview competing well, and a interesting kickoff there as well. Pocatello nearly comes away with the recovery. And yeah, you mentioned it on the East Idaho Prepcast. Sean Kane and I do that every week on IdahoSports.com, the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel, Facebook page, or wherever you download your podcast. And we talk District 5 and 6 athletics week in, week out. We had a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
There was a ton, but you guys, if I may say, you did a good job covering all the sports, from volleyball to soccer, women's and boys and girls soccer, and then obviously football. So I very much enjoyed the pod this week.
Yeah, state soccer tournaments, championships will be tomorrow. You'll have Sugar Salem playing for the 3A boys title on the boys side. American Falls and Teton will meet up for 3rd and 4th in boys soccer.
From the 34-yard line.
And I did hear that the Pocatello girls, they lost tonight, so they'll be playing the third-place game tomorrow. I guess Bishop Kelly, I didn't get the other team that's playing them, but they'll be playing for the championship for 4A.
Yeah, Bishop Kelly's going to play Twin Falls in a rematch of the 4A championship from last year, and Pokey lost to BK 3-2. Late goal by the Knights to get that win. So here's Century now down 17-0 with 9:30 to play in the third. They've got to get to work, and they start with a first down run by Bentley Gunter and a gain of 8.
Yeah, that's what you want. Hey, forget about what has happened. We start now. We get that good first play, get some good positive yards, and that brings up second and 4 or so.
Second down, sling is caught over the middle. That is Richie Bowl on the slant out to the 45-yard line for a Century first down. Nice throw by David Satter to Richie Bowl.
Yeah, we mentioned they can run and do some of the RPO, but they got to get the pass game going if they want. Feel like if they want to have a chance to really make a push in this game. And that was a good pass there by Century's quarterback.
And now we've got another run up the middle here. That is Horton, Caden Horton for a gain of a couple.
Yeah, it was an interesting play call. Had a little bit of a misdirection there. Had power right, but instead
about 3 yards, second and 7.
Sent the running back up the middle to the left. Nice little play there for a few yards.
C.J. Lopez, intended receiver, broken up by number 31, Jonah Bruner.
So an incomplete pass makes it now 3rd and 7 for Century with 8:12 to play here in the third. You feel like this is 2-down territory for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, definitely. I would try to get a run to the left or maybe something in the middle. Another one of the slant plays. Worked last time.
And off up the middle. This is Caden Horton again. Is able to pick up 3 before... Who else? Devin Rodriguez sticks his nose in there for Pocatello. So 4th down and 5 now for Century. They're going to keep the offense out there with 7:50 to play here in the third. And down 17-0.
4th and about 5.
Century has a good kicker. I was looking at his stats earlier, but this a little bit too far for him, and got to go for it here on 4th to stay in this game.
And they will get the first down. Quarterback keeper by David Satter on a 4th and 5, picks up 9, and it's 1st and 10 for Century. Nice play.
Yeah, it was a bit, almost looked like it was going to be an option. David Satter didn't option it, kept the ball, had a real big hole for that first down. And hey, there's no wonder David Satter leads the team in rushing touchdowns and in and leads the team in points. He's a nice little runner there.
He's also leading this offense down the field here. 1st and 10 for Century. Ball to Pokey, 31-yard line, 7:05 to play in the third. They will keep it again and nowhere to go. Carson Christensen leads the charge that time, and then about 5 other Pocatello defenders finish it off.
Satter with a keeper, and Pokey said no.
Right back to the line of scrimmage for Satter.
No gain on the carry.
Yeah, Pocatello sniffed that out, and those are two names we've said a lot this season. Devin Rodriguez, Carson Christensen. They've had a really good seasons.
Both stepping up and taking on leadership roles, replacing departed players. Slant route caught for a short gain. That was a rocket delivered, but caught by Jake Rawlings.
Jake Rawlings with the reception, tackled by number 9, Devin Rodriguez.
It is going to be third down and 7 now for Century. So Devin Rodriguez is kind of taken over as the leader of the defense at middle linebacker in place of Hunter Killian, the two-time All-State selection who graduated. And Carson Christensen has really elevated his play at the linebacker position as well. He's kind of a hybrid DB and linebacker, kind of like Matt Christensen was last year for Pocatello. 3rd and 7, 5:40 to play in the third. They're trying to sling it out to Horton, but the pass was too far in front. It's now 4th and 7 again here for Century.
Almost an interception there. I don't think 5 knew the ball was coming, but if he would have looked up, he may have been able to catch that and run it back for a pick 6. But either way, here we go on 4th down.
So 4th and 8. Late third quarter, battle for the District 4 championship tonight in 4A football. Minico holds a narrow 10-7 lead over Twin Falls. And that is a Twin Falls team that Pocatello really dominated in their second game of the season. Of course, that was with Dre Contreras at quarterback, and Pocatello's had to adjust to having a new QB in there. Contreras has been out for several weeks with an injury, and Satter trying to not get injured on the sack there. That's Cash Stuckey coming through for the sack for Pocatello.
Yeah, Stuckey came in hot. He saw he saw the quarterback, David Satter, take off running, and Stuckey ran him down, got the sack. Wonderful play on
Satter. And
on that 4th down, excuse me.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, it was 4th and 7, and Satter just trying to keep the play alive, and Stuckey said, I don't think so. That's all right. So Cash Stuckey, just a sophomore, making big plays, and Pocatello takes over now with 5:35 to play in the third, up 17-0. It's 1st and 10 from their own 35.
Yeah, Stuckey is going to be a name we're going to probably hear a lot more as he's just a sophomore in the next few years, as he's had a pretty good season. Again, Pocatello lost a number of really good seniors on defense, and some of these young guys stepping up this season.
Yeah, there's Cash Stuckey, the sophomore, Cutter Stuckey, the junior. 1st and 10, Echo Hawk, just a junior, bouncing it to the outside, lowering the shoulder and picking up 9 on 1st down.
What a cutback by by Reich and Echo Hawk, going to the opposite side and got there really fast. His kind of lateral movement is really quick there, Brandon.
It's pretty impressive how he's able to bounce outside, and then on a dime just seemed to halt his momentum completely and reverse back the other way. And 2nd and 1 now for the Thunder, and 5:25 to play here in the third.
And Reich even laid a little blow on, was able to do a nice stiff arm on that defense. He was already going out of bounds, but he's able to potentially get that second effort.
2nd and 1. Century shows blitz, now backs off. May steps up, throws over the middle, snagged. Had to go high to get it, but Parker Smith hauls it in across the 45, down to the 42-yard line for a 1st down.
Nice play by Hunter May. Great scrambling in the pocket, stays poised, fires. Great catch by Parker Smith. That was just a really nice play by Pocatello.
Yeah, a tad high, but Smith went up and got it. It ends up moving the chains. So 5 minutes to play here in the third. A 17-0 lead. Handoff is to Hunter May keeps it. Hunter May to the 10, the 5, and to the end zone for a Pocatello touchdown from 43 yards out. Hunter May.
Hunter May has some speed, right? That was really quick. As soon as he got that ball, found his hole, and boom, took off that left side. between tackles. Nice hole created by the offensive line and showed that speed that we've kind of heard about and seen a little bit. But, man, I haven't seen that speed till tonight, Brandon. Really nice play.
You know, when the season started, Hunter May wore the jersey number 23. And I think they were kind of counting on him to be an athlete that maybe played other positions besides quarterback. But with the injury to Drake Contreras, May all of a sudden has had to step in and assume that role. And about midway through the season, they said, well, we probably should give you an actual quarterback number. So they gave him number 10. And
yep, fitting.
But you can see the athletic abilities that allowed him to be on the roster as a sophomore. You know, not many sophomores are on this varsity roster for Pocatello as Keller knocks it through. And it's now 24-0 following the 43-yard touchdown run by Hunter May. And we'll be back right after this break. You're watching Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union on IdahoSports.com.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
Welcome back to Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com. Brandon Baney and Joel Richardson. Sean Kane here with us as well as we're at Lookout Field. A 24-0 Pocatello lead. Following the 43-yard touchdown run by Hunter May. And again, this is for the District 5 championship. Fair catch called for on the squibber.
Fair catch on the kickoff.
Hauled in by Blake Phelan.
Pocatello's coaching staff, they trust their defense. That's their third squib kick. I wasn't sure if it was on purpose the first time, but I feel like that's been their game plan, right? We want to maybe try to get the ball, maybe try to cause a fumble, and if not, yeah, they're going to have a little bit better field position, but we trust our defense to hold the line, if you will.
Hold the line. I like it.
Yeah, that's a little old school. I was outside too long doing the camera work. I heard all the cheers. Hold that line.
Oh, there you go. Okay. 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle. A big run and a big hit delivered at the end. Nice tackle by Garrett Keller of Pocatello. You know, he does more than kick. He also plays a pretty mean linebacker.
Tackle by
Horton on the
Keller.
Carry
is
good for a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 now for Century.
Yeah, it was a nice hole created by the Century offensive line and got second level. Nice play on that first play. Here you hope Century they want to keep that going, but Pocatello's been able to hold them as they've gotten deeper.
Pokey nearly jumps, and now they will get the flag called as Raymond Bruderer was a little too eager to get across the line. That'll be 5 yards and a first down for Century. Diamondbacks say we'll take it up to the 45-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10.
You can keep it going yourself, or you can cause penalties on that hard snap that Century's been doing all night. It's gotten Pocatello a few times.
Yeah, and they had a guy in motion that time as well, which I think also threw out the timing. They'll do it again. It's a high snap. Satter's got to fall on it. No, he still doesn't have it. Did Pocatello recover that fumble? They did. Satter tried to get back on top of it, but couldn't. And coming out of the pile with it for Pocatello, or the guy that fell on it, I believe, again, was Berto Reed.
Berto Reed's second fumble recovery of the night.
Oh, no. They'll say Easton Millward came away with it. Reed was the last guy up, but Millward had the ball. He was so excited to go celebrate. So Easton Millward with the fumble recovery, a penalty flag out at the end of the play as well here with 3:36 to play in the third. We'll have to see what the call is. On sportsmanlike conduct against Pocatello on the celebration.
Yeah, you know, I did see it was a good play, just a good sportsmanlike play. Pocatello player pulling up the Century guy, and they had a few words, but they seemed friendly.
Penalty down
But
on the field.
that was not for that. That was for some excessive celebration.
Yeah. You were talking about Berto Reed. He was helping up Satter,
Yep,
the Century
that's what-
quarterback, and kind of
exactly.
giving him a pat on the back.
Rules of
And
sportsmanlike conduct.
No, you love to see, especially on any level, but it's good to see that in high school sports. These kids
From the
taking care of each
15-yard
other.
line.
oh, now I think they're going to say that was against Century, right? Yeah, he signaled that it was against Pocatello, but they put the yardage like it was against Century, so we have to think that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was actually against the Diamondbacks. So Pocatello will have it 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Yeah, that was perplexing. Our official signal that it was on Pocatello, and the next thing I know, I was like, the ball's at the 15.
The ball has moved forward. It is close to Halloween, Brandon.
Yeah.
You never know.
Oh, spooky things happening. I don't see the moon out tonight, but
Spooky things at Lookout Credit Union Field.
Literally,
Excuse
look
me.
out, right?
Look out.
1st and 10 from the 15. Echo Hawk.
Look at that bounce outside.
Lowering the shoulder, still going for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Pocatello from 15 yards out. Riken Echo Hawk.
Again, just a really beautiful cut outside. It looks like almost like a bunny hopping, but keeping his speed, bouncing outside and getting to that pylon. Really nice run by Riken Echo Hawk. Another touchdown for that kid.
Echo Hawk doing the bunny hop. I like it.
That's right. We'll be here for at least another 30 minutes.
We will not be here all night. But while you mentioned that, following all of the games tonight on IdahoSports.com, we are going to, for the second week in a row, as Keller knocks that point after through. 31-0 now. Pocatello with 3:29 to play here in the third. We will be having a little post-game hangout sesh on the IdahoSports.com Twitter account. We're going to do a Twitter Spaces where we're going to bring on all the different broadcasters from around the state and fans from across the state to talk about what happened tonight. It's going to be that raw reaction in real time as we're getting scores in and talking about the playoffs and who's in and who's out. And
yeah, that should be a dynamic conversation, especially with all these last final regular season games, people hopping on and talking about what's going on, who's playing where. I know you guys mentioned on the podcast that you had some players last week hop on, so that'd be a nice treat to hear some of these players' reactions, especially you hate to lose, but it'll be really interesting to hear the winner's perspective and kind of get their feelings for what happened in the game and what they're excited about going forward. It'd be cool to get some coaches on there too. But yeah, join us on Twitter Spaces or listen in on YouTube, and we'll have a nice, fun post-game conversation.
yeah, so we had Levi Ballison from Sandpoint. He actually hopped on last week and was like, "Yeah, we got a good win. It was it was cool." So we're gonna do that tonight from 10:30 to 11:30. Twitter Spaces. You don't have to have a Twitter account to listen. You do have to have a Twitter account to participate and ask questions. But if you just want to listen and hang out, you don't have to have a Twitter account for that. And we've got the link on our homepage at IdahoSports.com. Another kickoff for Pocatello, taken out to the 22-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Diamondbacks.
And that time it wasn't a squib. They did a full kick. Century took it about 10 yards, but went down to probably avoid any fumbling or any turnovers to give their offense a chance.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Century now with 3:23 to play in the third and down 31-0. Got to chip away at that lead, slow but steady.
Pocatello fans, students getting into it, getting excited.
That's student
having a good
section.
game tonight.
That's right. Satter on 1st down, throws high, nobody home, incomplete, 2nd and 10. Yeah, that for every Pocatello game that we've been to, that student section has been rowdy, raucous, and ready to go.
Nice, the triple R threat. No, I've been really impressed. Coming from a high school in California, our football wasn't great. There wasn't a lot of, you would say student spirit at the football game. So I've been really impressed watching these Pocatello student sections, other student sections throughout this Southeast Idaho, how involved they are and how united they are in cheering on their teams.
I'll give you a little pro tip, Joel. Don't let people know you're from California. I'm just kidding, of course.
Born and raised.
There's a lot of California transplants that end up here in Idaho for sure. 2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle for a yard, maybe 2. I'm a transplant as well. I'm from Montana.
From Montana.
Originally.
That's a cool place to be from.
California's cool too.
Pick up about a yard and a half. It's 3rd down.
It is 3rd down and 8, we'll call it here for Century, with the ball at their own 25-yard line, 2:50 and counting here in the 3rd. And again, the District 5 title and a home playoff game on the line here. Winner of this game probably slots in as the number 8 seed overall. Not sure, no matter who wins, they'll probably be that 8 seed.
Which gives them the first game home field advantage, you know?
And then a second-round matchup with Bishop Kelly, the number 1 team. There's a deep shot down the sideline. Intended receiver was Tristan Burrows. Overshot him, incomplete, 4th down, and Century will punt.
Yeah, triple coverage too there, so probably glad that it wasn't a pick. Bringing up 4th down for Century, and you have to punt here. You're just too close to your own end zone, even though you're trying to win this game and keep moving the ball. Got to punt here, or you're just giving them too much. They're just too close to the end zone to score.
So here is the punt try, end-over-end kick. Echo Hawk waving for the fair catch. And it will be hauled in at the 42-yard line.
1st and 10.
A decent punt there, starting at the 42. Yeah, good kick by Century.
Yeah, it was a nice punt from Bentley Gunter. And again, Sean talked about this in the first half, but Century's regular kicker is not here. He's at the state soccer tournament with Century as they won District 5 and got to go to state. So they've, gone to the next man up, right, for the kicking game tonight. And so we're seeing that more and more now, where the kicker especially will be also a soccer player.
Dual sports.
We saw that last week in Sugar City with Mason Kinghorn.
And Kinghorn, he kicked the daylights out of that ball. He did a good job. All his extra points, field goals were right on.
May slant too high. Parker Smith, intended receiver, 2nd and 10.
Parker Smith, intended receiver.
And Century's kicker, who's currently at state, I think he's the leading scorer on his team, if I'm not mistaken. They've kicked a number of field goals this season, and he's made most, if not, he's made a lot of his field goals and a few of his PATs, leading the team in scoring.
Yes. Silas Wills. Done a phenomenal job for Century this year. And we talked about, this is kind of a rebuilding effort at Century. 2 years ago, they had that loaded senior class, got to the semifinals of the 4A playoffs, barely lost to Emmett, who ended up losing the title to Skyline the following week. 2nd and 10, Tyson Beckles on the carry across the 50 to the 49 of Century. It'll be 3rd and short now. And so
on the carry, tackle by
not only did they lose a bunch of seniors from that team 2 years ago, but their head coach, Travis Hobson, left to become the athletic director at Thunder Ridge High School up in Idaho Falls. So last year they had to start fresh. They brought in Logan Horrocks from Jerome High School. He had been the defensive coordinator at Jerome. They were still kind of a senior-heavy team, but it was guys that had been backups and were now starting for the first time, and they took their lumps, certainly. And then those guys graduated, and then Horrocks leaves, so they're now on their 2nd coach in 2 years.
That's tough.
With Ryan Fleischman, and he was the head coach for Century in the mid-2000s, so kind of a renaissance and getting the band back together. A lot of old former coaches for Century coming back in this year. This will be a completed screen to Parker Smith. Actually, Parker Applington, beg your pardon. And Applington will take it out to the 40.
Tackled by 23, Caden Horton.
And so Century is trying to build it up, right? Last year, they barely had, 25 varsity players. And you look at the roster this year, pretty significant difference. At least Coach Fleischman's done a pretty good job of getting kids out for the team, which was a problem last year. And so to compete really at the 4A level, you have to have top-end talent, but you also have to have the depth.
Got to have backups, right?
Yeah.
And we'll let this play go.
1st and 10, another screen pass complete. This is Chance Crittenden dancing his way up to the 35-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 5 now for Pocatello. And that's where Pocatello is running into trouble the last 2 years in the playoffs. Pocatello's got that top-end talent, but you look at their sideline, there's not a ton of kids on it. And so they've had some unfortunate injuries that have really affected them the last 3 years. So Pocatello got all the way to the Final Four last year on that top-end talent, but they're still trying to find the depth that you need to compete at the 4A level.
And they've experienced it this year with Dre Contreras going out, right? There was some promise there. He's a good quarterback. And he goes down, and there were some growing pains for Pocatello for Hunter May, unfortunately. But you grow through those growing pains, and Hunter May, this back end of the schedule has done, I would say, better than we saw in some of his first games.
Much better job, certainly. Tyson Beckles on 3rd and short is able to pick up the first down, and that will take us to the end of the 3rd. So through 3, it is Pocatello 31, Century nothing in the District 5 championship game. We'll be back right after this. It's Gate City Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Welcome back, folks, to a Gate City Game Night here in Pocatello, Idaho. Thunder up 31-0 at the start of the 4th quarter. Sorry, there were some quick action going on, and we wanted to catch that. But I missed. Brandon, did you catch that?
Yeah, so that ball came out, it looked like, and Century fell on top of it. So 1st and 10 now for the Diamondbacks. Offense back out on the field. So Pocatello coughs it up.
All right. Yeah, I saw there was a fumble, but I didn't see who and what. So here we go. Century with the ball on offense. Fourth quarter, 11:49 at the start of this 4th to play. If you haven't been with us, it's been all Pocatello all night. 31-0. Touchdowns from several dudes having a really good night. And Century hasn't been able to get this ball going. A nice pitch to the outside. Looks like a gain of 5 to Richie Bull.
Jake Rawlings on the carry, tackled by number 3.
Excuse me, Tristan Burrows. Tristan Burrows on that pitch to the outside.
2nd and 2.
It was kind of an interesting little two-handed, like it was going to be a toss, but then he did like the two-handed, like almost chest pass again, like we have seen a couple of times tonight.
Right. And I don't know if that's a coaching pass, because you don't see that much on those pitches. You see it more come horizontal, but they're kind of doing this chest pass. But here we go, 2nd and 2, 2nd and short for Century. Got some trips left. Motions man left to right. Takes the snap. Fires outside, a little screen pass. Nice play. 1st down and then some.
Jake
nice
Rawlings,
throw.
Reception tackle by number 31, Jonah Bruner. That's enough for a 1st down, Century.
Nice throw to Jake Rawlings, the junior for Century. Nice little screenplay. What did you see there, Brandon?
Yeah, they're trying to negate this Pocatello pass rush by getting the ball out quickly. We've seen it 2 plays in a row now. Little screen to Rawlings. Picks up about 5 in the 1st down. Nicely done.
Here we go, 1st and 10 for Century. Run up the middle. Nice hole again for a nice run, a nice long run on first down.
Caden Horton with the carry, tackle
by Caden Horton.
Romero, number 44.
So Horton gets about 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2 now.
2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, 10:06 to play. Clock is running. Pocatello is up 31-0. Been able to blank Century so far. Really impressive defensive play by Pocatello. Century's shot itself in the foot a few times with turnovers, fumbles, interceptions. But Pocatello playing a really good defensive game tonight. Takes the snap. Looks like there's a flag on the play. False start on Century. That's gonna come back, unfortunately, for Century.
False start on Century.
Speaking of penalties, right, Brandon?
Yes.
2nd down.
So, yeah, Century's moved the ball well in spurts, and then, there's a penalty or a bad turnover or something, and that's That's just the difference in where the two programs are. Pocatello's got a lot more experience. A lot of these guys played varsity before. For Century, it's really been a lot of on-the-job training this year for this varsity group of Diamondbacks.
I was talking to Sean earlier, and he mentioned that the coaches are working hard. Every practice, players working hard every practice. It's a really positive environment, but they're still teaching some fundamentals that will bear fruit next season. So here we go, 2nd and 7. Century in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Nice throw to the outside, number 21. That's going to be C.J. Lopez. Nice play by Century to bring up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, and the Pocatello defensive back that time was Maddox Moore, number 12. He tried to jump the route, mistimed it, and because of that, Lopez was able to make the grab.
You know, you want those interceptions so bad because they can turn into points, right? Especially if you can jump that route in the shallow. But if you miss, that means a big gain. So here we go, 3rd and 2. Nice run up to the right by that's going to be Caden Horton again.
Horton with the carry. Yards, gets up for the first down.
And that's going to be enough for the first down.
Century.
Yeah, out to the 45-yard line of Pokey. He wasted no time getting north and south and getting that first down.
Yeah, and they've had that a couple of times, just running up the middle, maybe a B gap or an A gap, but they've gotten those plays. But the penalties and other stuff has, and good defensive stops by Pocatello has kept them from marching further. So here we go, 1st and 10, new set of downs. Throw to the outside. It's a little high, but he catches one-handed grab. Nice catch. And throw. Catch is made by, it looks like Jake Rawlings again on the outside.
Jake Rawlings, the reception, chased out of bounds by number 44, Jackson Romero.
Yeah, Satter.
Gain of about a yard. It's 2nd and 9.
I'm waiting for the announcer to get done so I can talk.
For sure.
Satter threw it a touch high, but nicely done on the one-handed grab by Jake Rawlings.
Yeah, really impressive. So 8:04 to go. 31-0. Pocatello is up in this championship game. Pocatello's hoping to come away with the win and earn themselves home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Up the middle goes Century, and that's a carry by David Satter. Bring up 3rd and 5.
16, Berto Reed. Pick up 3 yards. That's 3rd down and 5.
Ball is at the 40-yard line, 7:40 to play, and you feel like this is 2-down territory for the Diamondbacks.
Definitely, you want to try to get a score here. Yeah, it is late in the game, but we want to get a score here to maybe some pride, Brandon, right? To show, hey, we got this and build on to next year. I mean, hey, maybe they come back, but if things stay as they are, you want to build what you have for next year. Nice run up the middle, but again, number 23, Caden Horton. Getting space, getting some nice holes, and getting that first down.
That's enough for a Century first down.
And so, to your point, how Century finishes this contest tonight will set the tone for the entire offseason, right? They want to finish strong and get a little positive momentum, and the difference between a shutout and a 31-7 game, big difference.
Definitely. So here goes Century trying to get that score in the shotgun handoff. Right side to Caden Horton, and he keeps pushing and finally goes down. Looks like it's going to be about
by most of the Pokey defenders.
A 6-yard run. Nice run by Caden Horton.
2nd and 5.
Takes it out to the
5 yards.
Yeah, takes it out to the 25. Sorry, didn't mean to step on you there.
That's okay. You got to keep me honest on those yards.
Well, if I'm the guy that starts calling people out for their math, then something's really wrong, because that's pot meat kettle.
2nd and 5. Century with the ball. Nice throw to a wide open Jake Rawlings. Just a quick, just like a short little screen pass. Wide open. No one there on that right side. Safeties were pushed way back, or DBs were pushed way back. Plenty of open space.
Enough for a first down, Century.
And that'll be enough for a first down. Century with the ball, 6:09 to play, 31-0, Pocatello's up. Century trying to get a score, as we've been talking about, trying to build into next season. Extra blocker to the left, running back at his right hip. Running back does take it, but he's going to be brought down Number 23 gets brought. Caden Horton brought down by Berto Reed. Berto Reed having a game tonight, Brandon.
Second down.
Had that fumble recovery earlier on in the contest, and Pocatello tired of Horton gashing them and breaking tackles. And this is a Pocatello defense that has a lot of pride, and they, of course, would love to pitch the shutout.
Definitely. And yeah, reverse, we've been talking about Century needing a score to kind of get some momentum going for next season, but Pocatello, there's a lot of pride in getting that shutout. Nice throw outside. He's open. He's got him. Incomplete. Broken up by Pocatello's defense. A number of DBs back there. Pass intended.
Richie Bowles, the intended receiver.
For
broken up by the Pocatello secondary.
That was Richie Bowl, the intended receiver. So he got up there. Almost made that catch, Brandon.
Yeah, it went off the oven mitts, and then it went off the mitts of a Pocatello defender and kind of threw a sea of hands there. And, oh, man, Richie Bull's been playing well tonight, and he's a tall, lean receiver. Good target to throw to.
Yeah, definitely. He's a senior this year, so trying to get a score to end his high school football career. Pass the outside to number 21, C.J. Lopez for a short gain. That'll bring up 4th and long, unfortunately, for Century.
It's 4th down.
So they'll have one more chance to get that first to set themselves up for a score. And Pocatello, a lot to play for here to try to continue to pitch the shutout, Brandon.
Yeah, so we talked about how Century finishes this game sets the tone for the offseason. How Pocatello finishes this game sets the tone for the playoffs. And what type of run did they want to go on? The defense will be riding high if they can get the shutout. Looks like Century going to call a timeout here.
Definitely. So Century will call a timeout, and we'll take a break. And we'll be back after these messages. Stay with us here on IdahoSports.com.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
All right, welcome back to Gate City Game Night here at Lookout Credit Union Field. Pocatello up 31-0 on Century. 4:31 to play here in the fourth quarter. I'm Joel Richardson here with Brandon Bainey and Sean Kane out on the camera doing really good work, allowing you to see what's going on in this championship game. Brandon, we have 4:30 to play in this regular season. Thoughts?
Well, it's 4th and 8 for the Diamondbacks. They would love to get the first down, try and finish their season on a high note. You feel like this might be the last time they have the ball on offense here.
Yeah, I would agree, and Pocatello would love to continue the shutout. We'll see what the Diamondbacks draw up here on 4th and long, 4th and 7. Throw, he's got a man open, but also covered, and that's going to be incomplete. Flag thrown. Going to looks like pass interference, Brandon.
That is the correct call. They were trying the fade route that time to Bentley Gunter, and the ball hung in the air for such a long time that the Pocatello DB kind of had the hip check before the ball arrived. That's absolutely the correct call.
Yeah, and I said he was open because he was wide open, but that ball hung a little bit too long in the air, allowed Pocatello's DBs to come over, safeties to come over, and suddenly it was covered. So I said, he was open, but then he was covered, but they hip check him too early. And that'll bring up first down, but
I think it's going to be.
There's some confusion, or
well, I'm trying to figure out where to mark this ball at. When you're inside 15 yards, they mark it half the distance to the goal.
The goal, correct? Yeah.
So it looks like they put it at the 7, where it should be 1st and goal for Century. But maybe
that's what I was assuming. I was about to say 1st and goal. I looked back at the clock to make sure, and still said 4th and 7.
So they're talking to the chain gang, and that wasn't enough yardage for the first down. So it's going to be 4th and 1 now for Century. 4th and inches, really.
4th and inches for Century. We'll see what they drop here. Maybe a quick run up the middle. They've had plenty of success running up the middle. Well, we'll see what Devin Rodriguez and company have, if they have anything to say about this next play. It's a run to the side, and he will get enough for the first down, I believe.
Beautiful play call. They fake it to Horton up the middle. Satter keeps it on the QB keeper and lowers the shoulder to pick up the yard he needed for the first down as well. So now you're talking first and goal for Century with 4:12 to play. Beautiful play design.
Impressive run. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was Satter or the other Jake Rawlings who took that. So
yeah, tricky 4 and 14, right?
Yeah.
Jersey numbers.
It's a
are
nice
similar.
play. Here we go in the shotgun. Throw over the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown by Century. Quick throw up the middle. It was a tight window, but quarterback was able to make that throw, and that was to number 11, Richie Bull. So Richie Bull having a really nice game, like you mentioned, Brandon. Gets the touchdown in his last. Looks like it's going to be his last game of his high school football career. Really nice way to go out there, Brandon.
And again, a beautiful play call where they fake it, and just as quickly as they fake it, they throw that slant route to Richie Bull. Very nice. And Richie's going to kick the extra point as well. As we talked about, Century's normal kicker is at state soccer. So how about that?
Yeah, excuse me. So Richie Bull getting a chance to score and score again. So the Diamondbacks, they bite back a little bit. 31-7. They're down by a lot, but they do get that touchdown before the end of the game. Pocatello's up 31-7 we have 3:47 to play. And I think we'll stay here. And
so now, do we see the onside kick?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would think if you're Century, you're playing to win. It is 3:47 to play. Probably not enough time to catch up, but hey, kick the onside kick and give yourself a chance to score again.
You never know. You never know how it's going to. College fans in Pocatello will note that Cal Poly was down 3 scores to Idaho State last Saturday and nearly
came back.
Nearly made that comeback, and so they had a little more time to work with. But
like an Echo Hawk is back to receive the
so here we go. 3:47 to play. 31-7. Pocatello up on the Century Diamondbacks. Pocatello Thunder trying to get this victory to win district championship and prepare themselves for the playoffs, for the first round of the playoffs. They get this win. They likely have that home field advantage to likely play here, Brandon, for that first round of the playoffs. But here we go, kickoff Century. Yep, it is an onside kick. Pocatello loses it. Who's going to come up with it? It bounced off a Pocatello player. Century tried to recover, and officials are going to signal Century ball.
Wow.
I thought Pocatello had maybe recovered it after it bounced off Pocatello. Century tried to recover. Looked like Pocatello got it, but officials, they're having a conversation, trying to make this call. But
now I think they're going to say Pocatello
did recover. Okay, so one official did say Century ball. That's what I was going with. But Pocatello recovers, Brandon.
He definitely pointed like Century had recovered, which was interesting. You can't ask for a better effort on the onside kick. It was
Great kick.
Bobbled by Pocatello and ultimately recovered by the Thunder. And now Pocatello, of course, just wants to run the rock a little bit here. And they've kind of got the backups in as well, Joel.
That's going to be number 30 at quarterback. Taking the direct snap, going to the outside. Nice little run here, 5 yards and slides. Hey, impressive slide by the backup quarterback. Got a little bit hit afterwards, but no call. Good for 5. And that was a great run by Tavin Williams, number 30, who Tavin Williams, freshman, 9th grader here.
So the very first game of the year for Pocatello, it's the Rocky Mountain Rumble. They're playing a Utah school that already had 3 games under its belt. Dre Contreras doesn't play. Hunter May, this kid wearing number 23, starts the game at quarterback. Well, he leaves, midway through the fourth quarter. And as a broadcaster, I'm going, okay, number 23 was, well, now they got number 30 in at quarterback? What is going on here with these guys?
Where are the 8s and the 7s and the 10s?
Yeah.
So nice little run play there by Pocatello's Tavin Williams. Tavin Williams still in at quarterback in the shotgun. Throw to the outside to 81. That's going to be thrown to Rigo Padilla. And Rigo Padilla comes down, gets that first down. So nice little play by Rigo Padilla, the sophomore for Pocatello. I love that name. Excuse me, Brandon. Go ahead.
This is great experience for these because they're only an injury away from having to be thrust into the lineup. And Pocatello, the margins are so thin with their depth that it's so important for these guys to get some experience here late in the game.
Definitely. And Rigo Padilla makes that experience count, gets a nice catch and good yards after catch. 1st and 10, 2:18 to play. Clock is running 31-7. Joel Richardson here with Brandon Baney finishing up this game in this regular season. Tavin Williams in the shotgun hands it off to Bove Van Orden. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. Nice run by Bodie. Bodie Van Orden.
Derek Dodd, pick him up 7 yards.
And he'll run for 7, 2nd and 3 on the 30-yard line. Clock continues to run with 1:42 to play. Again, 31-7. Pocatello going to win this one tonight, going to take the conference title and get themselves ready for the playoffs. So Tavin Williams in the shotgun again, doing that Pocatello spread offense. Quick throw to the outside that's going to be number 39. And you know what? We don't have a name for 39.
No 39.
Bummer, because that was a great, nice catch and nice yards after catch, Brandon.
I'll do some investigating.
Reception, tackled by 33, Ethan Wilson.
So Brandon going to find out who 39 is so we can give him some credit. Because that was a nice catch and yards after catch. Tavin Williams again in the shotgun. Run to the right. Looks like he's got a blocker. And he's going to get the first down and then some, but there's a flag on the play. May come back for a block in the back or a hold.
On the field.
But it was a nice run by Tavin Williams even before the penalty. But that penalty may have opened up. So, Brandon, what'd you find out?
Holding on.
I invaded the coach's room, and I was able to find out that number 39 is a freshman that's been a late season call-up to the varsity, Hunter Cordell.
All right, Hunter Cordell. Hey, good reception, good yards after catch. We look forward to calling your name more here at IdahoSports.com.
This is why we're the best broadcast around, because I will do the dirty work involved to go find out who these people are.
We will find out for you fans. We are here for you.
1st and 15,
and we're here for the players to give them the credit they deserve. They work hard throughout the season and we look forward to calling their names and calling their games. And Pocatello is going to kneel it with 27 seconds to go. Clock is running 31-7, and that's going to do it. Pocatello wins the championship game 31-7 over Century Diamondbacks. Pocatello will be going to the playoffs coming up, and wow, we'll let you watch, folks, as Pocatello celebrates their championship, their conference championship, and their entry into the playoff.
Second year in a row, they're the District 5 champions. It's only the second year of existence for District 5. Before that, it was the Great Basin Conference. But Pocatello took care of business tonight. Heading to the playoffs, they'll get ready for a home playoff game next week. Opponent, time, date, location, all to be determined.
TBD, and here the players go lining up. Was a good game, Brandon. It was kind of back and forth in that first half. There wasn't a ton of scoring. Obviously, Pocatello got that first drive, and they went up 7-0. But then after that, not a lot of scoring until the end of the second quarter.
Yep, and so that field goal right before halftime made it 10-0, and then in the third quarter, Pocatello really took control. Century fumbled on their opening drive. Scored there 17-0 from there. It was pretty much a done deal at that point. So congrats to Pocatello, and now we'll get ready for the IdahoSports.com postgame show. We got a big decision here. Are we going to give our player the game to? So stay tuned for that.
All right, and we'll get back to you with that. Thanks for watching. Stand by. Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages on IdahoSports.com on Gate City Game Night.
When local matters, Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office, copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Some days, I choose the most difficult trail. I test my limits.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy, but I know it's the right way.
When I get done with my ride and I look back at what I've just accomplished, I feel amazing.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
You can't make summer stand still, so make the most of every last second with a new Toyota at Toyota's National Sales Event.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, discover our wide variety of fuel-efficient electrified vehicles. Toyota, let's go places.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
All right, I put this on one check. Is that okay? Draw?
That was fast and secure. It's Mobile Wallet from Lookout Credit Union.
Your home team, when local matters. Valley Office Systems, your local provider for all things office. Copiers, printers, office furniture, and document management. Proudly serving Idaho since 1974. Valley Office Systems.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com postgame show, live from Lookout Field in Pocatello on Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. One last time, Brandon Maney alongside Joel Richardson and Sean Kane, where the final score tonight, the Pocatello Thunder celebrate. I'm sure you can hear it in the background. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. The Pocatello Thunder are your District 5 champions with a 31-7 win over Century, their crosstown rivals. Pocatello moving on to the playoffs, where they will host a first-round playoff game next week. Date, time, location, opponent, all still to be determined. So, Joel, this was a pretty impressive win, start to finish. We talked about a 10-0 lead at halftime. Second half starts, Century fumbles, Pocatello pounces on it, goes up 17-0, and from there they really grabbed the momentum.
Yep, Pocatello was all Pocatello the second half. A little kind of back and forth in the first half, but still Pocatello went up 10-0. And yep, you're right, as soon as Century fumbled it, all Pocatello from there on out. And I don't know if we're ready for our player of the game, but it was all Pocatello from there, but especially it was all Hunter May tonight. 12 for 19 passing. Hunter May goes for 115 yards throwing, 49 yards on the ground, had 4 carries for 49 yards on the ground, and then he got that throwing touchdown, and then added 1 rushing touchdown to his resume for tonight. So player of the game tonight, IdahoSports.com player of the game is Hunter May.
Yeah, Hunter May had the 43-yard touchdown run that put them up 24-0 and really put the game on ice. So Hunter May is our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. He really has, at the start of the year, he wasn't expecting to be the starting quarterback for Pocatello. Drake Contreras suffers a foot injury. Hunter May kind of gets thrown in. And with that, at first you could tell he was kind of an athlete getting comfortable with the quarterback position. And in the 4 or 5 weeks that have followed, he has really matured into a nice passer and a calming presence on this offense. To watch his development as a quarterback throughout the season has been really fun to watch.
It has been. We've had the pleasure to watch a lot of Pocatello games, to watch and bring you Pocatello games on IdahoSports.com, and we've seen before our eyes, maybe except for one game where we weren't here. We've seen him mature. We've seen him go through those growing pains. But like I said earlier, with growing pains comes growth, and Hunter Mays has had that growth, and had some great plays tonight. Great decision making, good throws, good runs. Anyway, really, really good game by Hunter May, and really cool to watch him kind of conclude the regular season where he's struggled and had success to really have a really good game to finish off the season.
And Riken Echohawk did add 106 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground tonight as well. And that's a lethal 1-2 combo for whoever will have to come to Pocatello to face the Thunder in the opening round of the playoffs next week. Well, the regular season has ended, Joel. I'd love to tell you where we're going to be next week, but stay tuned because we don't even know what the matchups will be yet. But IdahoSports.com, our pledge is always to cover as many games as we possibly can. That gets easier as you go along, right? There's fewer and fewer games. But, man, opening weekend of the football postseason starts next week. There will be Thursday games. There will be Friday games. There will be Saturday games. So stay tuned to IdahoSports.com for, not just the official playoff schedules and times, but also what games are we going to broadcast as part of the IdahoSports.com GameStreams productions. So stay tuned for all of that. And don't forget, tonight, live on the IdahoSports.com Twitter account, we will be doing a Twitter Spaces from 10:30 to 11:30 this evening, breaking out all this crazy football action that's been happening around the state. We'll bring you broadcasters from IdahoSports.com from all the different regions. We'll bring on the fans. We'll start talking about the playoffs and who's going where and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for all of that. But that will do it for this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of Gate City Game Night, presented by Lookout Credit Union. Tonight's game has also been brought to you by Valley Office Systems and Portneuf Medical, along with our major advertising partners, Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Next Steps Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. Big thanks to Robert Parker, the athletic director here at Pocatello High. And oh, by the way, we had somebody win the punt, pass, and kick competition at halftime. He's walking away with $200, courtesy of IdahoSports.com. It's always a good time here at Lookout Field. The Pocatello High staff do a great job of taking care of us every time we come here to broadcast. So big thanks to everybody from Pokey High. And congrats again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, Hunter May, a touchdown rushing, a touchdown passing, and a good night in charge of this Pokey offense at quarterback as the Thunder of Pocatello win District 5 for the second year in a row, 31-7 over Century tonight in the de facto championship game. For Joel Richardson and Sean Kane, I'm Brandon Maney. Next time we'll see you, it'll be the postseason. Can't wait. But until then, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
This has been a presentation